Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Kenzen Crease here, and we have Phantasy Star Online 2 for this week's first look on MMOs. This game is all in kanji. It just came out this month, and it came out on July 4th in Japan. Now, you can get this game by going to pso2.jp. You'll have to register for a Sega ID, which is completely free, and then you'll also have to click on the link that they send you in the email to register for the game. And then at the same website, you can download the game itself from there. Now, in this video, I'm just showing you the first 15 minutes of the actual game. Customization is actually a different story because you can spend way more than 15 minutes, that's why it's not in here. I actually have a separate video for that, which I will link as a video response so you guys can see the customization and what you can do. There are 3 races in the game. There is Human, Newman, and Caste. There's also 3 classes: Hunter, Ranger, and Force. Now each race is, well, how should I put this? Mainly supposed to be played in the story aspect, at least in the original game, as that class that is with the race. Which the hunters are supposed to be what you normally see, not supposed to be what you normally see in when you pick your characters are humans, and then the cast are normally rangers that you see, and then the Newmen are normally Force. You can mix them up though. Now, in the original Phantasy Star Online, you could not play as a cast, as a mage, but in this game, Phantasy Star Online 2, I believe you can, because I've seen cast running around with wands, and pretty much this tutorial is just telling you what to do. And when you see little things pop up that just popped up and I closed it right away, it pretty much means what you have to do next, which I believe on this one it's just attack. Or cut down a tree. All trees can be cut down. It was just them showing you how to do what you need to do. And that's an easy way to get used to your combos, because your combos are the left mouse button. That thing it just showed you is the right mouse button. That is your special technique. You can have up to 3 of those equipped at a time, but in the order you have them equipped, that is the order that you can use them in. You can also go straight into it from picking, pretty much hitting the left mouse button once, and then you can have your second special attack as your next attack. It'll keep track of how many times attack, so every 3 times it'll reset. And you can literally hold down the mouse button if you want to attack, or as you see this circle around me, you can click again at the right opportunity and you'll get a heavy attack. They took the need for having more than one attack button out of the picture, so your attacks will literally be the one button. And here is one of the monsters. That is the very first one. And with this, I get to go attacking. The game does have cutscenes in it, which are very nice. The game feels and plays like a mixture of Phantasy Star Online, Phantasy Star Universe, and Phantasy Star Zero. Why do I say it feels like Phantasy Star Zero? Well, it just has that feel to it, I would guess you could say. It has that fluidness, but yet the same old and greatness of Phantasy Star Online. And why it plays like Phantasy Star Universe is because you have your special techniques now. Now, with that said, you can also do many of things without using, well, that one weapon that I'm using. There are many types of weapons. A new add-on to the PSO weapon types are daggers with blades. I don't know the official name because it's in kanji, but it's pretty much some kind of blade with chains on it that you can throw out and it'll swing around you. And then there's also a gun blade, which you can switch between gun and blade mode. Pretty simple enough. That weapon though, you cannot block with it. All the other weapons you can, but the gun blade you cannot, because your block button is how you switch between gun blade and sword. It's pretty much you're getting extra attack, well, without having to worry about anything, or without having to, you know, really worry about not, doing damage like you would with normal weapons. And now, they also added a feature, which was the dodge, which I actually just did. And I'm actually, right now, before I dodged out of the way, I was doing the heavy attacks. And you can chain these together. You can pretty much have infinite combos now. Because in the original Phantasy Star Online, you can only attack 3 times. And you would have to wait for your animation to reset, and you would go again. This time, you actually don't have to worry about that. If you actually held down the left mouse button, you would continuously attack with normal attacks only, though. With that said, right now, I am hovering over the inventory. What I just went to was the settings, and I didn't mean to go to that. And I'm closing it now. The very first option when you hit start, or I believe escape on PC, because I'm playing actually with a 360 controller. So the very first option when you hit start is your inventory. The very first option within that first option is how you view your inventory. Then underneath that is how do you equip stuff to your toolbar. And then underneath that is how to feed your mag and equip your mag. And then next to that is your equipment. It looks like a sword and armor. Now with that being said, you can also equip different armor pieces, which underneath that sword and armor option, the very first one is that toolbar that I keep switching through. And then you also get that 3 pieces of armor that you can use. That is the thing. And right now you see me kinda messed up because I don't know how to read kanji, so I don't know what's really going on. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. That's the one problem with this game, is trying to do this. Now, I will also state, when you play, you can only have one character at a time. So you gotta make sure you pick the right ship, because each ship is its server. And to use your actual weapons on the toolbar, you actually hit left and right on the D-pad, or you use the number buttons on the keyboard. And on the controller, it's left trigger. That's all you hit, and you'll use that item. Now, one thing I did say before, this game has a lot of cutscenes. A lot of cutscenes, but they're nice. They don't do them overboard, but they do them to the point where it's right. It gives you enough information, if you could actually read it, to tell you what's really going on. And right here, this dude's just tired, and I'm just like a boss. I'm not tired at all. And we're moving on to the next part. Now, if you want to see more in-depth gameplays of this, let us know in the comments. We would like to know. With that said, we also already have some gameplay footage up on Ninja Gamers. I actually got this footage the very first day I started playing, and I was waiting for this week's first look to put it up for you guys. This is only the first 15 minutes, though, of the tutorial. The tutorial is actually 30 minutes long when I was playing it. With that said, if you guys want to see the full-length tutorial, let us know, and I will tell you where it is up at. Recording in Audacity, hitting play now. And we're at the cutscene now. Okay, with this being said, the cutscenes tell you a lot of what's going on. Even though you can't read kanji, if, you're like me, you still get the gist of the idea. Now, one good thing to note is, well, the gameplay is still the same as Phantasy Star. You have, right now, the forest. There's also alerts that go on throughout the day, and those alerts can do a couple of wonderful things. Right after this cutscene ends, I am actually going to add in something that we had happen to us. Liquid Adhesive and I were playing, doing a level 9 mission, and, well, you'll be surprised about what happened. So, with that said, here is the next clip. Alright guys, this next little clip here is one of the monsters that you would fight in one of the alerts. Funny part is, though, this isn't a normal mission. It's a level 11 monster. There is 4 groups of us fighting this one gigantic monster. And I will let you know when this happened. We about crapped ourselves. This is one of the many amazing things that can happen while you play Phantasy Star Online 2. And the fact that you have to actually, well, I guess you would say survive. Like now, I'm trying to run around waiting for Liquid to find me to heal me. Because there's so many people in here. Nobody know, it's really hard to find out who is who. Unless you keep a very good eye. And right now you see the weapons that I'm using are those new weapons. I guess you would say daggers on a chain. Or swords on a chain. Because, yeah, it's kind of both. Depending on if you have a rare one or not. Now, with that being said, I start running away because it's like, I'm going to die. And Liquid's trying to follow me to heal. And we actually have an NPC character with us as well, as you can call those in. Now, one great thing with this is you never know what's going to happen in a mission. Boss can hop up in the middle of nowhere and just, you have to fight it. That's the thing that's amazing about this, is not only does the levels change each time you go in, but what's going to appear changes. You have the set main monsters that you'll see, but you don't know if you'll have to fight a boss, or if you're not going to have to fight a boss, or what. So, whatever happens, you have to deal with it. Like this, we could have left and not fought it, but we were just like, nah, screw this. We're going to we're going to deal. We're not going to sit here and let that thing get, take over our mission. And if you don't notice, at the bottom of my screen is my toolbar. The first two slots, the first one actually is a pill with 2 dots in it, which is a dimate. It heals you. The second one is a pill with 3 dots, which is a trimate. That fully heals you. And then the one that is actually green is my monomate. It's a pill with 1 dot on it. So, and I am currently using a gunblade. And this is one of the cool things that I found. But right now, I'm going to stop talking just so you can get a feel of the game for the last couple minutes. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, favorite, share, and comment.